Welcome back to another Inside Lansing. Today's guest, Tony Troncozo, Director of Entertainment and Programming for the Village of Lansing. Tony, thanks for coming back on the show.
Anytime. It's always a pleasure to be here.
It's been a few years, and it's great to have you back on, talk about Fox Pointe and some other stuff coming up.
Excellent.
So Let me ask you, as your position, what's a day in the life look like for you? And I know it kind of changes a little bit, so maybe give me like a rundown, if you will, of like a full day or something,
Well, sure.
Or maybe like a day at Fox Pointe and a day in the office.
Right, exactly. So basically in the office, we're taking care of what we're going to put at Fox Pointe and some of our other venues, like the Ford Hangar and our sports complex. You know, I go through literally hundreds of applicants for, entertainment for Fox Pointe, and I answer those emails, all that kind of stuff. We do the contracts, everything that has to do with anything that goes on the stage at Fox Pointe. That's pretty much the office side of things. The team handles our day-to-day things for Fox Pointe, planning for maintenance, for ambassadors, security, everything that goes into an event at Fox Pointe, everything that goes through that. That's what the office part of this job is. As far as the day of, that's a little bit different because we handle the production, we take care of the band, everything that's going on there. People come in at 6 o'clock, but they don't realize we're there at 2 o'clock getting ready.
Making sure everything's set up. Right?
Exactly. We're setting up the production for the event for that evening. We're taking care of, loading in the band, sound checks, getting our concessions ready. They're in there pre-cooking. The bar staff is in there
So I
stocking.
imagine you are kind of just moving around to all these different spots. You have a lot of hands in a lot of different areas here.
Yeah, we're pretty used to it now. And like I said, we got a good team over there. Myself, Ken Reynolds, Jeff Shuttle, he's our logistics guy. So all of us, we team up on this to make these events, as best they can be for our audience.
You had mentioned that one of your big parts is that you look for bands. You look for entertainment, I should say.
Correct.
Point. And where do you look? How does that process look like for you? Do you have to just go out to different areas and look at bands ahead of time and go, oh, this person would be good? Or do you just let them come to you? What's that process?
Well, it's a little bit of both. When we first started, I had a catalog of acts, that I knew that I had booked at other venues and different things. And then, so that first year we kind of started out with people that I was a little bit more familiar with. First couple of years, that's how we did it. But since then, it's exactly what I've been doing. I'll go out, I'll scout a band, I'll hear about them one way or another from either another agent that helps us book, or an outside agent, or I may, word of mouth, or somebody may call me or run into me at Fox Pointe and say, hey, Tony, I saw this band. You should really check them out. I think they would do great here. And then if I can, I'll go out and go see the band, make the contact. And then some of those bands are actually going to play this year at Fox Pointe that I went and scouted. Just to give you an example, we have an ABBA tribute called Dancing Queen that's coming in. I went and checked them out at a festival last summer, end of the year, and man, they were fantastic. So I did everything I could to get it around, and we got them coming this year. Also a John Cougar Mellencamp tribute called Small Town.
Okay.
And they played, I actually did sound for them at the Hobart Theater in Indiana, and I'm like, man, I think these guys would do great at Fox Pointe. So that's kind of how we do it, that type of thing. And we do get submissions, and we do, from all kinds of acts. So, we put that together and then come up with our season.
So have you always been a big fan of music? Is that something that just drives you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've been playing guitar for 45 years.
I didn't know. You play guitar?
Yeah. I had a band. We actually played, if you remember, Rockzilla. We played the first season, and it rained, and there was like 12 people.
My brain is just not working well.
Yeah,
but
we actually played the
I
first year.
remember that now.
Yeah, we played the first year, and we played when the Autumn Fest 4 or 5 times through the years before we even had Fox Pointe, when we brought a stage out there on the same grounds, of course. But we did that, so that's where that all comes from.
You still play?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We still out there now and again.
I know also that we're looking forward to a new video wall at
Absolutely.
the stage. Maybe you could talk a little bit about, I'd like to hear about how big is this thing going to be? How is it going to work? Like, it's just going to be on the stage? And could you just give us a visualization of what that's going to look like?
What we're going to do is we're actually going to buy a couple of motors, that will lift and drop the video wall. So when there's a band performance, we lift the video wall up to a certain height, which will be determined this spring when we install it. And that'll probably be 20 wide by somewhere around like 20 by 10.
So this is for this year.
This is for this year. It's here. We have possession of that video wall. We already have it. And that'll go up in May. We'll put it up, and that'll stay up for the duration of the year.
And you take it down.
And then at the end of the year, we'll take it down and put it away. You don't want to leave it out for the winter. But it can be in the elements. That's not an issue. But it'll be under. There's 2 hooks that were installed in the stage that we had put in 5 years ago for lighting or sound or whatever. But these 2 in the center we're going to use for the video wall.
So you excited about this?
Yeah, I am. It'll be able to go up. It'll be able to come down. We're even talking about some movies at Fox Pointe
really?
this year. A couple.
Putting up some movies.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, and drop the video wall down lower. Show a movie on it for the community. That type of thing. So
is this something where like bands are going to bring their own stuff to put on?
They
it,
can,
or
and we're going to
we
have our own. We're going to work with our IT department with Fabian and Daniel. We can use it for sponsorship. We can use it for upcoming events. We can use it for, so many things.
Limitless.
Yeah, pretty much. And then that'll be installed for this year. It'll be ready to go. So we have extra pieces. We could make it 2 if we wanted to, left and right, like they did at Autumn Fest. We could do that. Make it 1 big one. For right now, I think that's to have the 1 big one in the center. And like I said, that'll pull up, be above the band while they're playing. If there are logos on there, we can do that. Plus, switch that with other upcoming events. Our food menu and everything. Will be accessible on that.
Everything.
Almost everything. Yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And
I think that's going to be fun.
another thing we're looking forward to is just the year coming up. So we have Fox Pointe. We have all these different bands. We have all these different events. Could you just give us a very quick highlight of maybe, I wouldn't necessarily say your favorites, but just what do people have looking forward to? What's new coming this year?
We're going to do our regular Wednesdays, which will still be free to the public. All right, and we're going to do 13 of those.
Okay.
And we have some great bands lined up for that.
Good, because everybody looks forward to those.
Yes.
In town, I'm everywhere, and people are always like, "When are they starting? When are they starting?"
Yes.
It's like always going to be on Wednesdays. I'm like, yes,
Yeah,
I believe everything's going to be the same on that.
Yeah, we're going to keep our Wednesdays the way the Wednesdays have been. But we're adding these other things. We started last year with the Friday Night Lights series. So hopefully there'll be 4 of those this year. The first one I'm really excited about. We haven't done a lot of country. And this the one that we're doing has a Chris Stapleton tribute called Tennessee Whiskey with an Eric Church. It's called the Ultimate Eric Church Tribute. These 2 bands are great. I had them at another venue. They did remember when we had the snowstorm a few weeks back?
Yes.
All my venues canceled except this one. They did 350 people in a snowstorm at that show. These guys, they're really good. They sound great. Nice guys.
Tough guys.
Yeah. That's the first one, Friday Night Lights, and I believe that is June 21st. Our opening will be June 5th. We're also going to do in August. We have 2 special events, 3 actually. We have a Woodstock revival on August 10th. If you remember in 19, it was the 50 year of Woodstock, and we had a Woodstock weekend. Well, this year's the 55, so we're going to do a Saturday with some of the tributes to some of the bands that actually played Woodstock. Santana, Creedence Clearwater Revival, The Who. We had that all set up. That's set up for August 10th.
Wow.
Then on the 17th of that month, we're going to do a what we're going to call a cultural day. We're going to have all kind of different music, food, from as many people that want to join with us. So, everything from a rhythm and blues band to a polka band to an Irish band. We're going to have different kinds of food on Randolph Street of, ethnic food. And we're going to have arts and crafts, all kinds of stuff. That's going to be August 17th. That's going to be a really fun day. That's the first time we've done anything like this. I'm really excited about that. Then at the end of the month,
we got
August
more.
30th, we have...
and there's more.
And there's more. We have the Mexican El Corazon is coming back. They played last year.
Yes.
And the place was packed. And we're going to do it on a Friday evening, August 30th.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So from like 6 to 9, I think it's going to be...
Beautiful.
I think we're going to knock that one out of the park. And they're great entertainers, and it's a great show to see. So that's some of the highlights of stuff coming up. Of course, we will host Autumn Fest again. Lace puts that on. And then, just looking forward to a good year. Busiest. This will be the busiest schedule
It sounds like yeah,
of
we've got a
anything we've
lot
done.
more
Yeah.
than we've had in the past. So that's
Yes.
good.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely Fox Point is taken off, and
That's
people
the key.
people love it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Well,
Yeah,
you're
we're
part of the
working hard.
magic there.
Well, we're working hard. We're working hard with the team we have right now. I feel confident that we'll have a great season out there.
I'd like to finish off just talking a little bit about you
Okay.
and you're drawn to music. You know, you were drawn to music probably. You've been doing this for a long time.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I've only had you for a few years here at Fox Point. So I just want to ask, what of all the choices you had, I mean, you've been, like I said, you've been in the industry for a while, all these choices. Why did you want to settle here with Lansing?
Well, two or threefold. I went to high school with Ken Reynolds. We graduated together. Dan Podgorski, our village administrator, was a few years behind us. So we've all been friends through the years. Also, Dan's wife, Roxanne, and I worked together at another club many years ago, you know, so that we've had that connection. Plus, I went to TF South, graduated in '84. So, you know, I've had ties to Lansing, you know, my whole life. Our band frequently plays J.J. Kelly's, you know, so we're just that kind of thing. And when the opportunity came up, when they said, hey, can you come in and take a peek at what we want to do here? And we think you could be part of the team and help. And I'm glad I've been able to do that. But that stems from being a Lansing guy. You know, I lived here for 30 years. I'm out of town now, but I lived here for 30 years. And just, I saw the venue, the plans, everything, and I was excited about it.
You can never fully leave home, huh?
No, exactly.
Right.
We spent a lot of time here growing up, and that's the big reason I would say that I came to the decision to do this.
Well, we're glad that you did. We're glad that you're here.
Thank you.
And we're glad that we had you as a guest again. And we look forward to having you next year.
Good. It was nice to come out and do it. Always.
Tony,
anytime.
Thanks again for being on the show.
My pleasure.
And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Inside Lansing.